Hello guys, welcome to a video. Today I'm going to be discussing my belief systems and why I believe the earth is flat. Now, a lot of people believe in different things. Some people have their Christianity, their Buddhism, their Socratic method, Madokism or whatever. I have my flat earthanism, alright? I believe the earth is flat. Among a lot of things, I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, including how the earth is flat. The moon is fake. That's another one that I believe in. We're going to go over that in all this video. Now, even though I am a flat earther, I do not actually believe, or I do not associate with the Flat Earth Society. I believe they're a bunch of idiots that don't understand the real reason why the earth is flat. And they just don't, they're not open, alright? They're still sheeple, even though they believe the real reason that the earth is flat. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So for all you round earthers out there, I'm going to be explaining to you why the earth is actually flat. So just to warm you up and prepare your brain for this this opening or this enlightenment that I'm going to be sharing with you. So first off, why the earth is flat? Basically, well, one reason, basically, have you ever drawn a picture of the earth? Have you ever seen a picture of the earth that isn't flat? You're right. You haven't seen one picture of the earth that isn't flat. All right? Every picture of the earth is flat. All right? That's the first reason, obviously. It's just so simple. Just open your eyes, you idiots. Another reason, people always look into the science of stuff. People are always sitting in their rooms thinking over stuff. They're thinking it way too much, all right? Have you ever just went outside and looked into the distance? Have you seen a curve? You haven't. The earth is flat. That's why there is no curve. Alright? That's one of the most basic reasons. You sheeple just don't realize that you can just go out and see that the earth is actually flat. Alright? If the earth was round, I'd be sliding all over the place. Alright? I couldn't go to Australia because planes just couldn't. You get the idea. The earth is flat. There's no possible explanation for why the earth could be a sphere. Oh, that was messed up. Alright, whatever. Alright, next point on why the earth is flat. This is one of my favorite reasons, and it makes a lot of sense if you actually think about it. So, have you ever had a glass of water, and you know that water finds its level? When you pour water, it always levels itself off. Well, think about it, guys. If water always finds its level, then how come if you go to a place like Australia, which is supposedly on the bottom of the spherical earth that some people believe in, then how come it just doesn't pour out of its glass? Because if you were in Australia, the water would find its level, so it would just be pouring out of your glass. Just think about that. That just makes sense, right? And of course, if you factor in gravity, which is obviously a hoax, because think about it, guys. If gravity was real, then if you were in a place like Australia, then wouldn't you just fall off? Because gravity pulls everything down. So if you were pulled down and in around Earth, if gravity was happening around Earth, then people in Australia would just fall down. So it doesn't make any sense. The government made up gravity. What's actually happening is that the Earth and all the other planets are just moving continuously up. That's why everything sort of falls down. And it just makes a lot more sense than gravity. Gravity just doesn't make any sense, alright? So now, I'm going to be disproving some theories about why the Earth is spherical. So a lot of people are saying that if the Earth was actually flat, then, where's the end? Or, why isn't the water falling off, Well, that's where this comes in, the ice wall. If you've never heard of the ice wall, basically this is what this is. Antarctica is actually a wall surrounding the whole entire Earth, the flat Earth, and it protects the water from falling out. Now, you may be saying, this doesn't make any sense. Global warming, wouldn't it just melt the ice and then eventually the water would just pour out? Think about it. Global warming is fake. Alright, they made up global warming too. They made up global warming. They made up the idea of global warming to disprove flat earthers saying that it can melt the ice wall. Think about that, guys. The government is trying to cover up how the earth is flat. Now, that's one of my biggest points, guys. That just explains it all, alright? There's no explanation for how the earth could be a sphere. It's obviously flat. It just makes so much more sense that the earth is flat. Alright? Now, we're going to get into some points about why I don't associate with the Flat Earth Society. So, one point that a lot of flat earthers, unlike me, believe in is that the other planets, they're spherical. A lot of flat earthers believe that the other planets are actually spherical. People believe that places like the moon, Saturn, all the other planets, Mars, they're actually spherical, and we have observed them being spheres. But what if I told you this, people? Those planets are not spheres. They're not flat. They don't exist, alright? The government made up the other planets. Now, I know what you're saying. Why would the government make up the moon, Mars, and all the other planets? Why would they do that? Why would they make up spherical planets? Alright? Think about this. The government made those other planets spherical to try and implant the image in our head that planets are spherical. They want us to believe that the Earth is spherical because all these other planets are spherical, and it just makes sense, alright? Because they're not just going to make up planets that are flat, alright? So the government made these projections of other planets to try and implant into our heads what the idea of a planet is. And that's why the government is evil, alright guys? Now, just think about this, alright? Think about it. Now, another reason why a lot of people say that the Earth is undisputably sphere, which it isn't, alright? It's obviously flat, is that the shadows casted off of the Earth onto the moon, which creates the different phases of the moon, is, basically proves that it's a sphere because the shadows created are circles, which would prove that the Earth is a sphere because that's the only shape that could make a circular shadow onto the moon. But if it was flat, it would be like a line or something like that. But this is obviously disproving because, like I just said, the moon is fake. So the moon phases were actually just created by the government. So when the projections, when they cycle through the days, they switch the projections out. So the moon has these different phases, and they made it spherical to try and hide the fact that the Earth is flat. So when you see the moon in the sky, and they come up with this idea that the shadows create the circular image on the moon, shadow on the moon, then the Earth must be spherical. But the government just made up that spherical shape onto the moon, which is also fake, just to give the people the idea that the Earth is a sphere. Now, I don't know why the government would try and hide the fact that the moon, all the other planets, and the Earth, they're flat or they're fake. I don't know why they would try and cover this up, but I just want people to open up their eyes and realize the fact that the Earth is flat and all the other planets are fake. It's the only logical explanation for how our solar system works. The only planet that is actually real is the sun, but the sun it's not really like a sphere. It's more of like a spotlight sort of shape. Like, you know what I mean, a spotlight. I'll put up a picture. But that's like the only logical explanation for how our universe and our solar system works. You people need to just open up your eyes, because you're getting these ideas implanted by the government into your head that just don't make any logical sense, but you believe them because your government tells you that they're right. But you just need to look out in the outside world. You need to believe what is the actual truth, because what the governments are implanting into your head are false. Alright? They're false. The Earth is flat. The other planets just don't exist. The government is covering up the fact that the moon is fake and the Earth is flat.